the devil is always in the detail, is car warranties. Sure, that I have my opinions on car warranties, but is that something that you pick up a big issue with? That, I know reading your reports that is a bit of a bane of the Ombud's life.
So we saw prevalence in those types of complaints a few years ago. We addressed this with the industry. We addressed it with the FSCA, the regulator, market conduct regulator, and things seem to settle. But we are seeing a rise again in complaints related to mechanical warranty policies. It's always been that they're very technical in nature. So the market to which they are sold, there's not a proper understanding. It's the way the product is sold. Often people are taking out this policy as they're purchasing their second-hand vehicle, which is outside the manufacturer's warranty. They don't get given the proper advice, or they don't go back and read their policy carefully, because there's no obligation on an insurer to go through the entire policy with you. Their only obligation is to advise you of the concise terms and conditions. Anything out of the ordinary, limitations, that's really what they need to tell you up front for you to decide whether to take the product or not. The problem is, of course, that once they get the policy wording, the policyholder, they don't go through the detail. And even if they did, some of the terms are so technical, they're not going to understand how it applies in practice. It's really only when a claim occurs that the reality of how the policy is applied comes to life.
I'm just thinking about a case that I saw that you ruled on. He had taken out one of these, warranties, and his car had overheated. It had blown the gasket, and the damage was 68,000 rand. But the insurer only paid out 18,000 rand. You went and looked at the T's and C's, and the T's and C's said, based on the age of your car, there is a limit. We will only pay 18,000. He didn't know about that. And again, that's the sort of thing that I'm not crazy about products that have a lot of limitations. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to ask you to comment too much on it. But I think people need to be very careful taking out those types of insurances, really.
No, absolutely. And also being careful to just focus on the premium when taking out cover. A low premium usually is an indicator, significantly lower than what, is in the market. Usually an indication that there are more limitations to cover, there are higher excesses. So always be wary that you're not just comparing the premiums, you're actually looking at the terms and conditions. And that's where brokers and financial advisors play a very important role, because they can go out into the market and they can source various quotes and then do a proper comparison.